1. Story of the past. Theme 1. The story of the past and evidences in history. Gear up. Ask your parents when they were born and what they did on weekends when they were your age. Comment this. Milestones. We will learn about story of the past history, the need to study history, the need to categorize history into ancient, medieval, and modern periods. The day your parents were born and what they did many years ago is now history. Story of the past, history. History is the study of events, people, and their lives in the past. It helps us to know what happened in the past and how things have changed with time. For example, history tells us that in ancient times, people walked long distances to reach a place. Then they started using animals to carry people and luggage. Gradually came the use of tongas and carts, which were drawn or pulled by animals. After a long span of time, people started using cars, buses, trams, trains, aeroplanes, and helicopters. Thus, we can say that history helps us to know how life was in the past. Let us explore which bird was used in the past to send letters. Comment this. Means of transport have changed over time. We study history to gain knowledge about the past. It tells us about the important events that took place earlier. It also tells us about important people in the past. Knowledge trick. History tells us that palanquins were used to carry people, especially women, from one place to another. They were carried by bearers on their shoulders with the help of a pole or a rod. Look at these pictures of some personalities. Can you name them? Comment this. Indira Gandhi, APJ Abdul Kalam. Sailor Afshari. Do you know the name of third person? If not, why? This is. You do not know the name of the third person because he is a common man. This is a common man. The other two people in the picture, this and this, are famous personalities. Indira Gandhi, APJ Abdul Kalam. They have achieved great feats and made important contribution to the society. Thus, history remembers them. And so do we. What James palanquins means of transport resembling a large box that is used for carrying one person. Bearer, a person who carries something. Feats, actions that require great courage and skills. Why do we need to study history? We need to study history to learn about our past and know our heritage. History helps us to learn about the growth and development of our society. It also tells us about the important events and achievement of people such as rulers, scientists, inventors, artists, social workers, and scholars who have contributed towards the development of our country and the world. History reveals interesting facts about the past, such as the life of the early humans. We must remember that our past has given way to our present and will lead to the future. Knowledge about our past help us to appreciate our present. Knowledge trick, cave painting. The early humans drew on the walls of caves and rocks. These paintings are found in almost every part of the world. They are considered to be one of the oldest written symbols through which early humans expressed themselves. How and why do we divide history? Let us explore. Find out what happened on 16 April 1853. Explore the history of this date. Comment this. It is difficult to divide history as our past is vast and time is continuous. However, to make it easier to study about a particular time in the past, history has been divided according to the division of time into months or years. The long stretches of time into which history is divided are known as periods. Historians have divided history into three periods. Ancient period, it refers to the very old time in the history. There are very few sources available to us to learn about this time. Therefore, we know very little about this period. Word gems. Heritage means features that belong to a particular group, community, or society, such as tradition, beliefs, language, and are inherited from the past. Appreciate. Understand the value of something. Stretches means periods. Medieval period. It refers to the middle period. There are relatively more sources available to us to learn about this period than the ancient period. Modern period. It refers to the recent period. We have many sources of history available to us from this period. Treasure box. History, study of the past. First, ancient period, very old time in history. Then medieval period, middle period in history. And modern period, recent time in history. My watchtower. I have learnt about history and the need to study history. Yes or no or partially. Comment this. How and why we need to divide history. Yes or no or partially. Comment this. Time to camp exercises. Choose the correct answers and fill in the OMR box. Do this. and comment this. Now exchange your book with your partner and check each other's answer using peer assessment. Next, match the columns. Do this and comment this. See, answer these questions and comment this. Picture study. Look at the picture and answer the questions. Name the person shown in the picture. Comment this. When was he born? Comment this. What contribution did he make to India's historical journey? Comment this. Activity zone. I do, I learn. With the help of your elders, collect some coins from the 1990s or earlier years. Find out and jot down 2-3 differences between them and the coins made after the year 2000. We do, we learn. In groups of 8, research and find out the history of your school, speak with the principal, teachers and staff, and prepare a report using old pictures. Discuss within your group on how to divide the history of your school. Share how you made the divisions with the other groups. Connect the dots. Language. Find out the names of the oldest language in the world that are spoken even today. Learn to write 5 sentences in any one of these languages. Comment this. Leave a mark. Self-awareness. Important personalities go down in the pages of history because of their contribution to the society. What can you do for your school that will help you to be remembered in the history of your school? Write 3 things you want to do and comment this. Click to know more. To read more about this topic, search for the terms using the links given below. History of India, timeline of Indian history.